Mental game is everything, people. It is everything. And I think many of you are starting to understand that. And you're starting to understand that very deeply and very profoundly, where you're actually saying, hey, what I was doing leading up to, let's say, following me, all that stuff was fine. But you realize now it was your mental game that was off, and it was your mental game that made the difference between success and failure. Now, I don't know how many of you are fight fans, particularly I'm talking about MMA, UFC fight fans. If you are, you probably know about last Saturday's amazing fight, Conor McGregor versus Eddie+Álvarez. And there was a lot of build-up. That was the first fight, UFC fight ever to take place here in New York City at Madison Square Garden. It was huge. It was huge. But I want to focus on that fight for a second and the two combatants, Conor McGregor and Eddie+Álvarez. Now, a lot of people picked Eddie+Álvarez going into that fight. Eddie+Álvarez had an amazing fight record. He held championships in every other fight promotion that he was in before coming to the UFC. He was a champion lightweight. That's the 155-pound level. He came into the UFC and he destroyed guys like Rafael dos Anjos, who's an amazing fighter, and basically, just completely demolished everybody he faced. Eddie+Álvarez took him out. Eddie+Álvarez took out Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who's also an amazing fighter and a perennial contender for a championship belt. So what happened? I mean, a lot of people had Eddie+Álvarez picked to win the fight over Conor McGregor. A lot of people thought that Conor McGregor was mostly all hype and talk. Now, I just listened to an interview that Eddie+Álvarez gave to one of these fight podcasts, and it was really an incredible interview because Eddie+Álvarez said, they trained for everything that Conor McGregor ended up doing in that fight. They prepared for it. Everything that he did, Conor McGregor, Eddie+Álvarez said they had trained for that. There was nothing surprising in Conor McGregor's style or game plan in that fight to Eddie+Álvarez and his team. But Eddie+Álvarez says he just abandoned his strategy. He went in there and he abandoned his strategy. So that was a complete breakdown of mental game. Here you have a guy with amazing talents, amazing abilities, amazing skills, a proven fighter, a champion in other promotions, a champion in the UFC, well matched against Conor McGregor. In fact, maybe you could even say overmatched because he's a great wrestler, and it's always a question mark as to Conor McGregor's ability to deal with a good wrestler. Went in there, just threw away his mental game. Threw away his mental game and got destroyed. Now, what makes Conor McGregor great? Now, a lot of people don't like him because they think he showboats and he has a big mouth and he talks. But the thing about Conor McGregor, and what I love about Conor McGregor, he has supreme confidence. He will approach a fight already declaring himself a victor. And when you put your mind into a sort of a frame of mind where you already see yourself as victorious, then it forces you to embrace or adapt a behavior and a discipline and a focus to make that happen. But he truly, truly believes in it. Now, you know that I come on here with these videos that say I've not had a loss. A lot of you who have been following me now, you have not had losses at all. And there are others who, watch this channel, maybe make comments, haha, yeah, sure, right. But it's true. And the one thing I teach, and the one thing that I think those of you who are really starting to catch on and do well, you're starting to realize that it's all in the frame of mind. It's all how you perceive it. You get into a trade, you get into an investment already with a frame of mind that you will be victorious. What we are doing here, and I've used fight analogies before, or fighter analogies before. I've also used military analogies. I call our team the SEAL Team 6. I've used the analogies of the Navy SEALs and the incredible discipline and their literal embrace of difficulty and hardship. They eat it up for breakfast. They love it. That's what it's all about. It enables them to surmount any obstacle or any challenge. We are in a warrior sport. Trading, investing is a warrior sport. You have to have a warrior mentality. You have to go in there with ultimate confidence. What I teach in my courses, especially in the Forex course, this mental game process, the ability of you to mentally manage any situation so that you know beforehand you're going to go into whatever is thrown at you and come out as a winner. Now, I've said in the past, some people quit. Some people quit my subscription. Some people quit the program. These are the equivalents of guys who try out for the SEALs and then they can't take it anymore, so they quit. There's no shame in quitting. I've said before that trading exposes you. Just like what the SEALs try to do, what the instructors try to do is break you down. They want you to quit. They want, if everybody quits, they're happy because they know those are not the guys that they're looking for. Trading breaks you down. Those of you who will make it in this game, you got to have a warrior mentality. You got to toughen yourself up, and you got to be willing to take the stress, the anxiety, that knot in your stomach, the pressure. In fact, not just take it, you got to look forward to it. I've said it in the past. I don't even like when I get in a position and it instantly goes my way and it makes money. It's boring to me. I learn nothing from that. And I've been doing this for almost 40 years. I can tell you I learned nothing from that. This is a warrior sport. You know, I had a friend of mine the other day. We were kind of texting back and forth. He follows what I do, and he said to me, "This is really tough." But he didn't say that in a way which was kind of like, giving up or throwing his hands up in the air or resigning. He said it in a way that this is tough. And he's embracing it, and it's good that it's tough. You know why it's good that it's tough? Because most people can't handle it. That's why they're losers. They can't handle it. I've said it before that they look for some system, some approach, some methodology that is just going to pick them up and carry them along to profits. That is the most egotistical thing in the world, and it's never going to happen. And we should be really, really happy that there's millions and millions of people like that. They just don't get it. They think it's in a chart pattern. They think it's in a moving average crossover. They think it's in some information that they get. It's not. It is not. And they give up. They give up. You know, some people have made fortunes. You look at a guy like John Bogle, Vanguard, right? He created these index funds. Index funds for people who just, they don't want to think. They want to be carried along. And yeah, it'll happen because you're investing in a growth function. That's what the stock market is. But even index funds, people sabotage themselves. You got to be a warrior, people. We are in a warrior sport. Most of you are not going to make it. But I'm telling you, the ones that commit, the ones that embrace the hardship, the ones that embrace the difficulty and the stress and the anxiety and the knot in the stomach, and not just embrace it, but look for it, want to have it, you're going to make more money than you could possibly believe. You're going to be independent. You're going to be free. You're going to have your freedom. It's going to be an amazing, amazing thing. It's never going to get easy. I've said this before. It is never going to get easy. Don't think it's going to get easy that one day, hey, I've arrived. I'm there. And it's just going to be autopilot after that. It's not. It's never going to get easy. But that's the beauty of it. If you could understand that that is the real beauty of it, that hardship, that struggle, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You don't want the easy. The easy gives you nothing. You don't grow. Resistance makes you grow. Anyway, Eddie+Álvarez abandoned his game plan. He lost his mental game. He got destroyed. If you lose your mental game, if you have no mental game, I don't care what system you're using or what stupid chart or what moving average crossover or what Fibonacci or whatever, you're not going to make money. I want warriors here. This is a warrior sport. That's what we are doing. SEAL Team 6, baby. Right on.